Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Troy. Hey, listen, we all know that wokeism has become the fascist GOP's favorite boogeyman to scare their base into supporting their awful, horrific policies for the American people. As we've seen recently, they don't even really know what wokeism is. They can't define it. If you ask them to define what woke means, they can't. They just know that it sounds really, really bad, especially concepts like CRT, critical race theory. Check out this clip of Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley talking about critical race theory being taught in kindergarten. Check this out.
The wokeism that's infiltrating the school systems.
90% of our American kids are now under critical race theory. And what that means is if a little girl goes into kindergarten, if she's white, you're telling her she's bad. If she's brown or black, you're telling her she's never going to be good enough and she's always going to be a victim. And that's wrong. The idea that we are dividing our children based on race, based on religion, based on all of these things, that's not what was supposed to happen.
They are literally just making shit up as they go along. 90% of American children are under CRT. What the hell does that even mean? She's completely making up that 90% number. I'd really like to know what her source is on that, because the actual number is zero. 0% of American school kids in the K through 12 grades are studying critical race theory. Critical race theory is a law school level class. It's a branch of critical labor theory that is not taught in K through 12 ever. There's no reason to teach law school classes in K through 12. One, because they're not necessary for primary and secondary education. But two, because you need a lot of information before you even get to that level, before you even get to that class. There's a lot you need to learn before you get there. We don't teach quantum physics to 8-year-olds for that very same reason. So now you have Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley talking about kindergartners being exposed to critical race theory. She doesn't know what critical race theory is. First of all, critical race theory is not teaching white children that they're bad and teaching brown-skinned children that they can't achieve. Nobody, literally nobody, is teaching anything like that in K through 12. That's not what critical race theory is. So they're not teaching critical race theory, and they're not teaching what she says they're teaching, which is for white children to feel bad about themselves. That's absolutely not what's going on. They're certainly not teaching any of that in kindergarten. What she could be describing as some kind of diversity training, which, has been taking place in American public schools for decades now. It's not diversity training. Diversity, equity, inclusion is not the same thing as critical race theory. And diversity training does not teach white kids to feel bad about being white, or brown-skinned kids that they can't achieve anything in life. They really have nothing but contempt for their followers. They think their followers are incredibly stupid, and maybe they are. Because here's the thing about public education. Public school curriculums are public. They're not secret. Public school teachers aren't sneaking in CRT concepts without parents being aware. Public school curriculum is approved at the state level, and it's public. You can go and look at the standard curriculum for any of the classes that your children are taking in public schools. It's not a secret. They're not going to be hiding the fact that they're studying CRT. And I find it really hard to believe that when your kids come home from school, they're not going to be like, oh, we learned about CRT today, that they're going to be in cahoots with the teachers and just not talk about what they're learning in school. So Nikki Haley can just pull these numbers out of her ass and just lie to these people's face and say that 90% of American school children are taking critical race theory in K through 12, which is just a bald-faced lie. But she can get away with it because she knows that their base doesn't realize that that's bullshit. They're not going to look into it, and they don't know that they can have the ability to look into it and find out with very, very little effort and very, very little research how completely full of shit she is. Republicans are liars. They do nothing but lie for votes. They do nothing but lie to people and tell them to be afraid of things that aren't even there, that don't even exist, little boogeymen that they've made up to scare their base into being afraid of everything because they know that fear sells and fear gets people to vote. They don't have anything actual to run on. They don't have any policies. They don't have any plans. All they have is fear and boogeymen and made up concepts like wokeism and CRT that the leftists are bringing CRT to damage your children. They can back this up with nothing. 90%, she says 90% of American school kids are now under CRT. Whatever the hell that means, she's completely making this up as she goes along because she knows that no one in that audience would question her on that. It's absolutely ridiculous what these people are. And this is supposed to be the good one, right? This is Nikki Haley. This is not Trump or DeSantis. This is supposed to be the quote unquote good Republican candidate going into the 2024 election. Absolutely horrifying. She's lying through her teeth. For MeidasTouch, this is Troy. Remember, smash that subscribe button to keep supporting independent media.
The best part of waking up? MAGA tears in my cup. Check out the new MAGA tears mug available now at store.MeidasTouch.com. That's store.MeidasTouch.com.